You know how I feel. Ooh, 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 ooh. You know how I feel. You know how I feel. Ooh, 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 ooh. feel. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You know how I feel. You know how I feel. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Test. Okay, and boom, there I am. And my camera's a little. Oh, there we go. There we go. And yeah, okay. All right. I'm clearly not looking at the text right now, right? Like I'm clearly looking the other way. Okay, so I'm gonna move this. This has become. This is like trying to cut your hair in a mirror. Okay. I'm going to put it here so that I can kind of like act like, but then, oh, I see. That's the problem. Okay. Well, well shit. All right, I'll have to figure this one out then. Okay, but it works though. It definitely works. Okay, all right. I'm trying to make it look like I'm looking at. Okay. Does it look like I'm looking at the chat right now? I think it does. Okay, good. All right. Whoa. Somebody. Oh, I love it when you guys donate before class. I have to be honest. It pumps me up. I mean, donations. Wait, no, I'm not looking at it. Damn it. All right. Oh, I see what's happening. Yeah. Okay. All right. I see what's happening here. It's backwards. All right. There we go. Okay. Now I get it. Oh, maybe I get it. I don't know. Fuck it. All right. Let's fuck this. Sorry, y'all. Oh my god, I'm having like maybe I don't. I'm just gonna blame ADHD, whatever it is. I'm gonna blame ADHD for my lack of. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. So yeah, I want to say a lot of things here, and I think that's why I'm being silly because I don't want to get serious. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. All right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I got it. I think I know what I'm doing wrong. Okay. Anyway, let's move on. Y'all put up with like my perfectionism in the like coolest possible way. Everybody else thinks it's a disorder, but okay. So yeah. So here is the thing. Things moved rapidly in all my other fields beyond hoop teaching, and okay, that's why it looks weird. And so we had to move into this new schedule automatically. So here's the thing: we're going to be moving to Tuesday night. Now, I'm hoping that's okay. When I did a Tuesday night class a while ago, there were actually more viewers than normal, so I'm hoping that that's okay. I just want to say that like I have been teaching movement since 2005, and it's impossible to find a day that works for all the people that you like having in your class. It sucks. I mean, it really sucks. And I have in my local hoop classes when I was teaching them, I would shift the class just one night or 30 minutes later or 30 minutes earlier, like change that schedule, and I would lose people, and it sucked. And I totally understand. It's a hoop class and you're trying to fit it in, and if it doesn't, if it becomes a square and a round hole, it's hard. And so I totally get that I might be losing some viewers or whatever by dropping Monday and Thursday completely and moving to Tuesday and Saturday. It is what my life demands right now, though. I just want you to be clear. I'm not doing this because I'm bored or because I think it'll like produce more people or whatever. I'm doing it because I have to, and wow, this thing keeps moving. And also because I just need this. Like like it has to. Like I have the universe changed on me. I made a compromise with it, and this is the compromise. And so it will be Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock, and then Saturdays at noon. This is all East Coast time, minus GMT when we're not in whatever daylight savings. So I don't know what that is. You can always look up New York City, whatever the time is in New York City. If you can figure that math, or you can look up North Carolina and see what how much to add or subtract. But it's going to be Tuesdays and Saturdays. Okay. You're right. That's the thing. Oh man, maybe I should flip my. Okay, I think I just figured this out, y'all. I think you just helped me. I think I need to flip my monitor. That's what's up. I'm looking in a mirror. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. I just figured this out. Yeah. And then just to be clear, if my schedule opens up and there's like a chance to have a random Thursday class or a random Monday class, I'll do it. I'll put the notices out like I always do. Same time, different day. Yeah. That's pretty much it. I mean, except that like instead of there being uh Louisa just asked, it's basically the same time but a different day, right? And it's Tuesday night and then Saturday. So like Louisa, I know you're on the Pacific coast, so like for you it would be a 9 a.m. start time on Saturdays. Oh, there's Frugal Good. Sweet. All right. Okay, sweet. That's even better. All right. As much as I hate to say goodbye to people, I like that, we might be able to say hello to people. So, anyway, let me get going. I have my whiteboard right beside me, and I wanted to see if you guys had any requests. If you don't have any requests, I have been hooping every day. I'm back in it since COVID. And I have some things like this would be kind of a class I used to call notes from my practice or something like that. But I am certainly open to taking requests on anything you want to work on. I was thinking we've had a couple of Mythy classes. I'm cool just having any kind of groove tonight. So it is our last Thursday class. Thank you guys for, all this support on Thursday. But, for me, it's kind of like the image behind me. This is the beginning and the beginning more than the ending to something. This is just season 2. So on body tech. Okay. Do you mean like core hooping? I'll give you 10 seconds. You guys are on a major delay. Yeah. I'm giving you guys a pause here. I'm pausing awkwardly because I'm giving you a chance to type and like if you have a request for really anything. Reminders to breathe. Okay, I better write this down. Any core. Okay. Okay. Core. Breath. All right. Anybody else? I will say this, that if you do have ADHD, you can buy these whiteboards and they're $8 at like a big box hardware store like Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever. They're $8. That's it. And they can really help get you through the day. Angle shoulder to flat to sky. Oh, sweet. Okay. All right, Louisa. All right. Shit just got hard. That's going to be awesome. So we'll chi shoulders earth and sky. that is something that is hard to do at first because it's hard to find the rhythm of it. But once you find it, it's not as hard. It's harder to grace it up and make it look good, but it's not like it has a angle sounds good. Hardcore. Okay, Bonnie. All right. Welcome, Bonnie. Thank you, Rita. Core legs. Oh, okay, I didn't. Wow, you guys are. I love it when you actually have suggestions. Sometimes I ask you guys and it's crickets, but this is awesome. So let's see, hardcore. Oh yeah, we said legs. Okay. All right. Okay, you can fire away as you want to. If you're joining late or whatever, class is. I'm not killing the. I'm not moving the. The class isn't dying, stopping. I always use these life and death. It's not stopping. It's shifting. It is shifting to Tuesday night and Saturday morning. Well, Saturday noon, which is morning if you're somebody like me. Okay, let's. So we're going to start with some songs from my iTunes. One of my favorite down-tempo artists just put, or I don't know if he just put it out, but I just found it. So it's pretty new to me. I think it's pretty new, but some super chill ambient stuff. And so that's what we're going to start with tonight. Of course you can, Rita. I hate that you're going to have to miss some, but I totally understand. You know. Okay, here we go. Nice. Okay, practicing walking and hooping on hips and legs. Nice. Uh-oh. Okay, we have one slight problem. Don't worry. Hopefully this is not a major problem. I have a backup plan. My iTunes on PCs, non-Macs, sucks. It really does. I'm not anti-Apple guy. I was an Apple guy my whole life, but it sucks on a PC. Well, Louisa, here's the thing. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm waiting to see if this will reload. Um, I so enjoy teaching these classes, y'all. I so in love um, connecting with everybody. And there's people in Europe that write me that are watching it on replay, and it's powerful, Like my slowest nights online here would be a decent or good night in my local classes. Like to average, like I think we're doing like 15 or 14, 15 a class. Like if I was like for 2.5 years, like if I was teaching a regular class, that would be a good regular class for hooping. And so it's just awesome to. Nope. All right. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't think iTunes would flake on me like this. It's got my playlist and everything. Oh, I see. All right. Okay. I'm really sorry, y'all. I did not expect my whole music system to go crashing right when. Okay. Well, I'm not trying to stall right now, really. I'm really kind of. Those of you who know me, I'm freaking out in here. Okay, there we go. Oh my God. Okay, sweet Jesus. All right, I think we got it. Okay, thank God. All right. Audible breath in. Audible breath in. Audible breath in. Audible breath in. Breathing deeply is self-care. There are times for me, and I think for a lot of us, when there is no verbal answer. And the only thing to do is to take deep breaths. Audible breath in. We are living in a culture that just tugs and pulls at the sense of who we are. Our breaths are who we are. Our body is who we are. This moment is who we are. All the certainty we feel is who we are. All the not knowing we feel is who we are. Big breath in. tonight we'll be working with the core. That seems to be the most popular request. And one thing that can really help you open your core hooping is to twist, or in my opinion, is to twist across the body. Try and move the sternum around. For me, the searchlight visual really helped me unlock this type of movement. To imagine that there's a searchlight, in parallel with my chest, and as I move it, it scans the shore. Audible breath in. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, so all this is core hooping. So I think we're going to do a core class, and I wasn't planning on this. I thought about it while I was swaying, but a fellow hooper put a playlist up recently that would be the perfect one for... Yeah, perfect. All right, so this playlist might get a little bit raunchy. This producer or DJ is actually a hooper. She's taken HoopPath workshops before, and she's just a cool person that lives in Canada, and she just put up a playlist, and I was rocking to it last night, and I think it would be perfect for this. It includes hip-hop, so I never know exactly where the lyrics are going to go, but I don't remember anything like super crazy, but I only listened to it once. So grab your core hoop, and we're going to move into core and hit all these requests. Well, maybe. Oh, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, it's playing pretty low on my end, but hopefully you guys will hear it okay. I think maybe she just starts off slow or low. Alright, either way, I don't want to lose sight of this. We're going to do some core hooping here on our last Thursday before our first Tuesday. Well, that kind of made sense. Okay, just anyone's wearing headphones, it might be about to get loud. I can't tell if it's just low volume or... Okay. Okay, sweet. Anyway, let me know how the sound is. On the waist is always where I like to find my core groove. It's not always where I find it, but it's where I started with core hooping. Okay, sweet, good. Thank you. One of the easiest ways to polish your core hooping is to, try something called a subtle exercise, or we used to call it subtlety, which I'm not good at, by the way, in life or in hooping. But the idea is that you sort of try to move as little as you can. My pro tip is that the more like micro wiggles you make, the easier it is to move subtly. Okay, let's try second current. For me, things kind of... home stereo is a little loud. For me, the realization that I had to make more micro movements, that I had to be open to more micro movements in my core hooping to make it look effortless. And it meant that I had to, what makes it look slow with my hands is the fact that my core is actually speeding up. It's just wiggling at a tighter frequency, if that makes any sense at all. And you can reverse at will. The reason that I like to have these long waist, warm-ups is that it helps incorporate my legs and my arms. Before I start trying to do fancy, stuff with the hoop, it helps me sort of feel my overall body. I know I've said this a million times on here, but in my era, you kind of wanted to make it look like you weren't hooping. Like you wanted to, almost like move and the hoop would disappear. Get it down like. Since this is a mix, hold on, Mike. Okay. Since this is a mix, we can go ahead and start to, there won't be a beginning and end to the songs. So if you haven't already, we can talk about chi. Chi is when you bring the hoop up the body or down the body or just move it with what, feels and appears to be like just energy. The tips I could give you to help you better your ability to chi the hoop up, that's pulling it up without touching it, or to bring it back down, is to first connect with the way it's rolling around you, to find a rhythm in that rhythm. That's what we call a piace. And then if you have to close your eyes, you can close your eyes, but then see a path of that rhythm spiraling up around the outside of you, coming up. And it will really help you bring it up. If you can actually, even just sort of vaguely picture the path that it's going to take, it can help you bring it up and put it back down, and start to really develop a sense of touch with that whole technique. I'm visualizing it coming up. If you're not ready to chi the hoop up without touching it, touch it. You know, let's have some fun. And I can bring the hoop up by just alternating when the point of contact is rolling on each arm, just bringing those arms up, just lifting the elbows. Any height will start to bring the hoop up. So if I don't want to bring the hoop up and I just want to do these like old school arm passes, I'm just going to keep my hands down. See how they're pretty close together? The secret of this move is just stalling. But if I want to bring the hoop up, then I raise my elbows and the hoop comes up almost immediately. Boom, boom, boom. I just bring them up from the body. So these are the two types of chi. This is true, like this is what we really call chi, is when you're bringing the hoop up and down the body. What I was doing was just kind of an oxymoron, but arm chi, which kind of is... But I think what's more important to feel right now is whether you have to do it with your arms or not, feeling the hoop come up and feeling it go down peacefully. Oh, sweet. Nice, yeah. Okay. I'm taking a water break there. Okay, all right, so I'm taking a water break, you can too, hold on a second. Okay, so here's what we're going to talk to. We're going to talk about, well, let's talk first about that apple picking move. Is the music loud enough? Let me know. I'm not sure if there's something I'm doing goofy, because I think my home, the way it sounds here at the house is different than what you guys are hearing. Okay. So let's talk about chi and the angles, and we're going to talk about the shoulders first. And let's try a hard exercise first, because if you can get this, then you'll get it really fast, and it's like a shortcut. But sometimes it's too hard a shortcut to get to. But if you can, you come up to chest hooping, which is where your elbows and your shoulders are outside the hoop. And then what we're going to try to do is create angle from here. And because you don't have, even though your shoulders might feel clumsy at times, they're awesome. And because you don't have them, you really have to change the angle here. You really have to, well, you don't have to, but it helps to really visualize and sort of draw it in your mind so that your body can start to create what's happening. So I'm going to try to go down to earth angle right now. So I've got to keep some of this wrap around so it stays there, but I'm also going to have to introduce some up and down. So I'm going to give that job to my feet and see if I can. And then once I'm here, now if I want to bring it back from here, I'm going to move into more of like what you might, I don't know, you could think of as like a, you know, like a planetary plane. Like I'm gonna wrap this orbit of hoop around me and keep it tight as I bring it back up. Eventually, what I'm wrapping it around is this kind of motion. And if I'm going to put it back into earth, well, if I want to bring it into sky, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to bounce and bring it up. And that wrap, somehow I've got to manage to get up and down, but also left and right. Oops. Then I can walk it back down into earth. And kind of like in the transition, you'll feel your rib cage kind of chill out on the up and down, and then you'll pick it back up. Now this is the hardest way to learn it, but this is kind of a shortcut. Like if you get this, you'll get the shoulders. But don't worry if you don't get this. The more I use my legs, however that is, lifting my heels, see if I can bring it back up. Leaning back when you chi the hoop up can help too. I forgot about that. That one worked. There we go. Once you start to get the legs and arms recruited in it, so this is what we're doing right now, you know, would be angle, chest, chi. We're not using the arms. All right, well, we're not going to stay here forever. We're going to go right back to the shoulders. In fact, you know, being able to drop it's easy to move into the shoulders, or not easy, but it's a fundamental. It's not easy, it's fundamental in HoopPath land anyway, to be able to drop the shoulders in. If you can't do it in angles, start off with it, you know, in lake and just... But anyway, the shoulders, once they're inside, then hitting these angles becomes even easier. Well, not that it's easy, but it becomes, you have more help. Because your arms come out, and not only are they pushing up, but your arms coming into it, in sky or in earth, they help keep it square, or, you know, in carpentry terms, they help keep it square, not literally a square, but they help keep it in front of you, your arms. So if I'm in my shoulders and I'm trying to do the same thing that we were just doing, I can get a lot of help by just sort of focusing on what help my arms could possibly give. Like if my elbows travel behind me at all, that's usually going to put up push on the hoop. That helps. And then it would be just the opposite if I wanted to bring the hoop back. Instead of pushing with the backs of my arms, I'd be pushing with the fronts of my arms. Now the pro tip, the secret, the hack is to use your legs. They're the hardest to remember to use, but once you start to engage them, angles become, you know, they're always going to be kind of a workout, but they become just a little bit less strenuous when you realize if you use your legs. And the only way to sort of get there quickly is sometimes it helps to raise your heels, to keep your heels off the ground. And if I wanted to chi the hoop up, I would just start thinking skyward, letting my arms, the front of my arms, start to push a little bit more. And how I'm presenting my chest, well, really the space between my two elbows, how it's hitting the hoop is determining whether it's like wants to roll to the right or wants to roll off. I'll try to cheat it. Oh, sweet. Good. So this is if I were to try and really limit my arms. I'm holding them behind me. You probably can't see it. And the more I restrict, the more I restrict one thing, the more I need to utilize something else.
Now want you, we can break it down the floor. Never danced like this before. We don't talk about it, dancing on, doing the boogie all night long.
I'm gonna see if I can keep my hands bound and bring it up. You really realize how much you need them. Damn. Oh, shit. I got something to practice.
For me, no sun is shining anymore. The only thing I feel is pain, because my absence of you suspends control in my mind. I cannot find a way out of here. I want you by my side, so that I never feel lonely. We can bring it down the floor. Never dance like this before. We don't talk about it. Dancing.
Bonnie, I know you're watching because you just commented. This is humbling for me. This is like when all of a sudden I couldn't read anymore. Anyway. Okay, I think we'll go back down. Let's take a break for a second and move back down to... can I do it in the sky? Well, let's try. Now, I'm not actually... I used to do this with when I would twist the bandana, and it would be... Let's see. No, I can just tell I'm not going to be able to. I have lost... Nope. Alright, well, I have a goal. I have a September flow goal now. I think I used to be able to. I'm not sure. It's really hard for me. I don't have the most open chest in the world. Okay, yeah, let's take it down to the waist. I'll bring the music up a little bit. Okay. So we're on the waist. Let me know if the music's okay, if my mic's too loud or whatever. Let's talk a little bit about the legs. And, there's loads of different ways that this, can be taught. But ultimately, what you ultimately want with your legs is the ability to move both of them, right? Not because that's a style choice, but just it gives you more flow opportunities if you can actually move your legs. So, at least in HoopPath, what we're going for is not, it's like we're going for something that's beyond just being able to keep it up, right? And what we're slowly trying to do is to be able to move the feet. And maybe we can't skate across the ground like, if we didn't have a hoop. So what helps me, let's see, hopefully there we go. What helps me in my leg hooping is what has always helped me, and I've tried to teach it this way, is to imagine that there's two drums or two things that you could, press or drum on here, and then there's two things back here. And so there are these 4 drums. I mean, you could think of them 6 or 8 or how many ever drums you need, but what helped me with my leg hooping was to try and think about, at some point in the keeping it upness, that I was trying to put some push this way, some push this way, some push that way, and some push this way. And I just figured that over the course of different pushes coming from different places, that the hoop would be more or less staying here. If you've ever met me personally and seen me walk, I walk like a penguin. My knees turn out from each other in this really awkward way. But it's perfect for leg hooping because what it does is it helps expose the outside edge of my leg. And some people have learned how to chi the hoop up in the legs just by externally rotating their thighs, just by turning, both legs, or at least one leg, into that current. If you haven't tried it already, I wouldn't be too afraid of your second current in the legs. The legs, you think about how much your legs are already being worked in just your regular life. They're pretty sophisticated at learning things. And I think for me, it's pretty much disappeared what the difference between first current legs and second current legs. If anything, I probably feel more comfortable in second current legs. Right? I love this mix. Here, I'll put a link to it so you guys can see it. When I'm on the legs. Alright, let's talk about chi. This is kind of advanced stuff, but right now the hoop is rolling just over the top of my knee. And I'm sort of feeling into these two front corners for me to really help me. And so what I'm going to try to do is scissor my legs however long it takes so that when they're on leg AM, that they pass to leg PM a little bit higher. So I'm here, and I want this leg to pass it to the other leg a little bit higher. But that can only work for so long before the other leg has to agree to take it up that high. If you can start to build that dexterity bridge between your left and your right side when it comes to this move, it really speeds up your leg chi. Where both legs independent but working together. If I want to go back to my shoulder angles, as long as I start bouncing up and down, I'll achieve an angle somewhere, and then I just turn towards that angle. And by towards, I mean I stall into that angle, whatever it is. Stall, boom. Stall, boom. Stalled a little too hard. Yeah. Okay. Wow, we're going hard. Okay, I guess this is the free hoop time. Do you have any questions or anything before? Well, I definitely think we should have a free hoop. We can keep it. It could be a lot louder. Yeah, I don't know what's up. I think... You know what? All right. I think what we'll do for a free hoop is just listen to this mix. I'm going to lay off the mic so that it can be turned as loud as possible. I don't know why exactly it's playing so low here, but I'll find out. Before everybody peels away, before everybody peels away, I just want to say that I may be doing like a sort of test of the Saturday jam this Saturday, but it won't be an official class. I might do a jam or something just to test out how it feels and like how much when I need to get up every morning and all that sort of thing. So I'll probably do a jam this Saturday, but then it'll move into classes. Oh, that was wild. Okay. All right. All right, here we go.
Move your feet like this. Like this. Like this. Like this. Move your feet like this. Like this. Like this. Like this. Move your feet like this.
I totally agree with Louisa and Rita on that one. Chest is usually easier because you have more muscles. Oh wow.
Trying to hold back this feeling for so long. And if you feel like I feel, baby, then come on.
Okay, so I'm just gonna let this mix play because I love it, but we'll probably just, since it's not meant to settle down right now, it's getting towards the middle. We'll just listen to a few minutes and then call it a night. Thanks, y'all.
Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Sugar.
Sweet, Rita. As far as it's hard to say because some people learn legs, or I guess we're talking about shoulders here. Yeah. Go like it and follow this. I think you may even be able to download it. But the link is in the comments. Sometimes it helps to move the day side or the AM side into the current. Sometimes it helps to move it away from the current. And sometimes you'll find that like you're pushing, the best way to sort of find where you're pushing mostly from is to divide the body up into sectors or to quadrants, which is going to be kind of tricky at the end of class here, but and then you can just try to work only one quadrant. So there's one corner here, one corner here, and then there's two night side quadrants back here, but in angles they're a little bit harder to find, right? So I'm not going to try to, I'm going to compensate for not being able to know exactly what to do with my arms in my night by bouncing more. And then I'm just sort of feeling that contact of night. The more I bounce, the tighter the hoop stays to my night side. Speed is your friend when it comes to learning core hooping because it keeps the hoop stuck to you. It's easier for your body to get a read on it. Plus momentum is easier to move than stillness. But if you're not sure where you're weak, then just pick one quadrant and just try to do only that for like 30 seconds, and then do the other one, and then do the back one, and come around. Yeah, big hoops help. Blindfolded, for sure. Sweet, I'm glad you guys like the mix. Nice. Lots of leg hooping going on tonight. That's awesome. Okay, guys. Oh, wow. I love this. Okay, guys, I'll let the music play for a minute. I'm going to sign off visually. Have a great night. Thank you for everybody. If you can't make it back because of this change of plans, I'll miss you, and I really appreciate your support all the way along.
I gotta plant the seed.